Ladies, welcome to the Feminine Mystery. My name is Azalea Dawn, and on my channel, I talk about femininity and everything that you can do to really support yourself on your journey to a better you. So if any of that sounds right for you, then please check out the other videos on my channel. And without further ado, let's get started with today's topic. Now, this is going to be more of like an impromptu video than I usually do. I'm in a little bit of like a different recording setup just on my couch with my iPhone, but I really wanted to talk about this because I had this thought. I was having a conversation with a friend, and basically I have been in sort of like personally this big weight loss journey, right? Like, I shouldn't even say that. That's very dramatic. Basically, I gained a little bit of weight during COVID, or during the global health situation, let's call it, over the past couple of years. And recently in 2023, I've been working to lose that weight and make sure to keep my body lean and tight and, looking its best, in my humble opinion. And part of that has been, like I said, losing weight. But I also wanted to talk specifically about what you can do to support your skin during weight loss. Because I know one of the biggest fears that people have around like losing weight is the loose skin question. Having like that loose skin, that pudge, the little parts that don't go away. And having to get a procedure done is not the most ideal thing. At the end of the day, like, there are some procedures that are relatively minor and non-invasive, but a tummy tuck is not one of those. So anything that we can do to really avoid the expense of that and be like the invasive, like having to undergo like an invasive surgical procedure, I'm all for. At the very least, I believe that it's worth doing your due diligence on that end. And if it doesn't work out, then you can still sign up to have the surgery. But you get one shot when it comes to really like supporting your skin. So how can we really do that in the most effective way? Now, I have currently lost maybe about 25 pounds in this past year. I haven't been weighing myself so precisely, but it's about that. And over time, like, there are some things that I've definitely learned that are really good for just supporting your skin. Some that are relatively inexpensive, and some that are a bit more on the high end. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. And if that interests you, let's get into it. Now, just one more brief note before we really start talking about this. I am technically a doctor, but I am not a medical doctor. If you are somebody who wants advice from a medical doctor, I think that you should really sign up for a consultation and go in person to see somebody about your specific situation, right? I'm just putting this out there because, a lot of people want to hear from people who actually have a certain experience. It's one thing to see a doctor who specializes in weight loss, they study this and they treat it all the time, but that may not have also been a person who went through the weight loss process themselves, who tried different things, who had to, work out some solutions, right? So I just think that it's worth putting this perspective out there for the people who are interested in different perspectives. But I would encourage you to always make sure that any sort of a medical situation you're going through, that you're consulting with a medical doctor, if not, having a consultation with a surgeon. Just as you're in the process of losing weight, you can go ahead and sign up for that consultation. A lot of times they're free, or they are added into the cost that you'll have if you actually sign up to do the surgery or the procedure with that surgeon in their office. So I just think that it is worth putting that out there. And now let's get into it. No more of the 50 disclaimers. Now, the first thing to talk about here is losing weight low and slow. I know this is the most obvious thing, everybody says it, but it is so beyond true. It's like, imagine like you are literally taking the foundation out from underneath your skin, and your skin is regenerating little by little. You are literally creating new cells, especially as you sleep. You are building new skin every single day, but your skin just needs time to catch up to what you're doing. As you're eroding out that foundation, as you're taking the fat out of your body and liberating it, turning it into energy, right, through the process of weight loss, you are literally removing the matrix that is holding that skin up and out. And that is what creates that appearance of laxity in the first place. So just making sure that you can slow down with the weight that you are losing. I know that we all want to lose weight like tomorrow. We want to lose, like 50 pounds in like 6 months. But oftentimes, like, it's just not worth the price to do something that way. Low and slow is the best, because you don't want to wind up in a situation where, okay, like, you've lost all this weight and you've lost it really quickly, but now you have to deal with having loose skin for years and years and years until either you can afford a tummy tuck, or like, you can afford whatever procedure you need to deal with all of that loose skin. It's better to just do it low and slow to begin with. So if you're somebody, I don't want to give anybody any sort of like Ozempic advice. Again, I am not a medical doctor. I'm certainly not your medical doctor. If that's what you need to do for your health, I think that's the most important thing. And I don't think that anybody should be shamed for taking medications, because at the end of the day, I think that what people don't really understand is that, like, there's this entire thing, like this entire like drum that people love to beat on the internet, people who are not doctors, talking about like, oh, this is like a diabetes medication, this is a whatever medication. All medications that involve weight loss are for treating comorbidities that come with obesity, right? So if you actually look at your insurance form, I am willing to bet that they don't have any sort of medication that they prescribe for obesity, because obesity is not like labeled clinically as a disease in a lot of cases. And what that means is that on the back end, there is nothing that you can, get prescribed to you to treat obesity. You have to be treated for a comorbidity, for a condition that occurs in conjunction with obesity. And if that is, high blood pressure, if that is being diabetic or pre-diabetic, if that is, whatever that is what you're going to be treated for as far as the medication, even if the goal of that medication is for obese people to lose weight. So I would really encourage you not to be like shamed out of doing anything that you need to do, right, in terms of looking after your health. If you are prescribed a medication by a medical doctor, it is for a reason. I would really hope that you don't feel stigmatized. But if you're in a position where you just need to lose like 10, 20, maybe like 30 or fewer pounds just to look and feel your best, I would really recommend you do that personally, low and slow over time. Gradually. It might feel really good to take that quick fix, but in that situation, you're really creating more problems than like you started out with just by the speed at which you're losing weight, in my opinion. Now, the next thing that I think is really important that I did over the course of losing 25 pounds in order to support my skin is to literally give my skin that support every day by wearing some type of shapewear. Now, I think that there is definitely a middle path to walk on this subject. I think that we don't want to go too extreme in either direction. You don't want to give your skin just nothing to support itself, but you also don't want to be in a position where you are maybe going a little bit too far. You're wearing shapewear that is a little too extreme. You are maybe like wearing it around the clock, just 24 hours a day, anytime that you're not like literally in the shower, like you're wearing shapewear. I don't think that that is healthy either. I think at the end of the day, like, your skin needs time to breathe. And it's also important to not like disrupt like the circulation in your body by just wearing something so excessively, especially at night when your body is like resting and recovering. What I will say though is that wearing shapewear just every single day has really, really helped just give my skin that extra support. So I do wear Skims. It's not like sponsored or anything. Goodness knows that Skims does not know that I exist, but it's really, really good shapewear in my opinion. I know that, like, a lot of people get it and they're just like, oh my gosh, this is so small, it's so like tight. You can order a size up if you want more comfort, but at the end of the day, like, it's just a material that stretches very, very, very far beyond what it actually looks like. So I wouldn't be like intimidated when you actually like pull it out of the package and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so small. Skims is like the best shapewear for every day that I have personally tried, because like it definitely gives you a result underneath your clothing and makes your skin feel very supported. So I really like that. I would say that they have like different levels of support like on their website. I use the one that is kind of like like a leotard, I guess, like almost like a dancer outfit. The ones that like Kim Kardashian actually advertises for skins, those are the ones that I really prefer in terms of like support level. And I find that they just keep the skin closer to my person, like they just keep it held in, they just keep it like held in really tight, so my skin doesn't have to do all of that work resisting gravity on its own. And I really find that like when you have that kind of habit that you're keeping every single day, right? Like let's say you're just incorporating that into your daily habits, where underneath your clothing, you're now wearing shapewear. You're now wearing something that's going to support your skin, especially the skin in your midsection, right? As you're losing weight, I think in the same way that like you're, wearing a bra to support your breast, hopefully, like over time. In the same way, you really want to make sure that you're giving all of the skin in your midsection that additional support, so that as you are losing weight, again, as you are eroding that matrix that's supporting your skin against gravity, that it has like a little bit of like a plan B, a backup plan. It has something for, you to be able to just support yourself. And then in addition to that, when you are sleeping at night, trying to sleep on your back, again, so that your skin is not being pulled in your midsection in any particular direction. It's just being held against you literally by gravity, because you're going to be in that position, if you're a very like still sleeper. I know from, let's say additional reports that I sleep like the undead. I literally don't move in my sleep. So like when I sleep on my back, I definitely notice a difference. And I would say that, just incorporating shapewear into your everyday habit and then sleeping on your back at night will go so far in just helping your skin stay tight against you and like giving it that extra support, so it's easier for it to heal over time. The next thing I would say where I've definitely noticed a difference is just supporting your skin's elasticity. Now, this is going to be a bit of a mouthful. I hope to keep it short, but essentially your skin elasticity is like that elastic quality. If you've ever like tried like a hairband and like it can stretch out and contract back, that is literally what elasticity is. People talk about that in consequence to hair a lot, because when your hair is more elastic rather than brittle, because all physical materials, right, are in a range between brittle and elastic, things that tend to crack or deform when they are bent, rather than things that can rebound and keep their shape over time. That's literally just a material property. But in terms of your hair, the more elastic your hair is, the more it can resist breakage, because when your hair is pulled and stretched, it doesn't just snap and break. It contracts back almost like a rubber band. In the same way, your skin elasticity just helps your skin return to the shape that it was in. It's definitely a very important part of looking youthful, of like having a good quality, a very like visually pleasing quality to your skin over time. So anything you can do to support that elasticity is the best. But I would really say that the main thing is imparting moisture right into the skin. I think that we often like misunderstand like what that actually means. Imparting moisture, the primary thing that you can do to do that is to shower on a regular basis with surfactants. So I think a lot of people believe in like stripping all of the chemical surfactants out of their lives. That I think just in terms of like being a scientist, I would definitely say that may not be a dermatologist, but I really don't think that that's the best idea for most people, unless like you have like really sensitive skin or some other issue where surfactants are an issue for you. I think that incorporating that is the best thing, because that's going to allow the moisture to actually disrupt the layer of oil and grime and actually penetrate your body, penetrate your skin. The next thing that you want to do after you're showering, like on a regular basis, I really hope that that is something that we're all doing. But the thing that you want to do immediately after that is to seal in all of that water, all of that moisture that's imparted by showering with water, right? Seal all of that moisture in your skin with something that's very occlusive. Occlusive literally means that it blocks, right, the evaporation of moisture, right? That is what like an occlusive layer is. And the most effective thing to do that, if you have like extra money to spend, is La Mer. That is a very thick, very high quality occlusive formula So if you have like the extra money to spend, I would definitely recommend investing in the body cream from La Mer in the biggest size that you can get. If you are more so on a budget, the next best thing is the Nivea cream in the blue jar. I literally have it like by my side. That's something that I was talking about with my friend that really sparked the idea to just put this out there. But that stuff is so, so, so good for that thick, occlusive layer. It's incredibly, incredibly nourishing and supportive, and you're definitely going to notice that it is still on you. If you are looking for an alternative to the Nivea cream in the blue jar, you can get it at like CVS, Walgreens, whatever. Probably even like Walmart. But we don't have like one of those here, obviously. I would say like the next best thing, if you can't find that Nivea cream, is to use just a Vaseline product. I know a lot of people are scared of petroleum derivatives, but this is one that is really, really good for your skin. It's really nourishing. People use it to treat burn victims. I definitely would not like shy away from using petroleum jelly, right? Vaseline just directly on skin, provided that you don't have some sort of other condition that needs to be addressed by a dermatologist, like psoriasis or eczema or something like that. If you're just looking for something to support yourself and, you know, like really nourish your skin during your weight loss journey, I would definitely recommend like those three things: either La Mer, the Nivea cream in the blue jar, or petroleum jelly like Vaseline. Now, this video has already gone on too long because I just keep talking about this. Obviously, like, I'm super passionate about the topic, and I just really want to make sure that anybody who needs this information, any of you who are like in this process, really know what to do to give yourself the best shot at having a good result. The last thing that I want to talk about is for those of you with a little bit of extra money to spend, or a lot of it, right? And that is going to be any sort of like radio frequency treatment that you can get done. Now, radio frequency tightening is something that, yes, you do need to actually go into a med spa to do, because medical grade machines are very, very different from the ones that you can get for home use. The home use ones are usually like a single probe or something like that, almost like those Medicube devices, and they are basically very, very low powered. They are made for people who don't read the instructions on things, to be able to use that incorrectly and not like severely injure themselves in a way that could result in a lawsuit, right? So like those home use machines are just not going to give you the kind of power that you need to really get a good result in the way that going into a medical spa will. The medical grade machines are also very, very expensive. We're talking in the tens of thousands of dollars. So it's really just not worth it in terms of like trying to like jack one of those machines and like get them in your home yourself. One, you're not a trained professional, so even if you can do that, you really shouldn't. And two, it's just not worth it in terms of the cost. So like if you can find a med spa near you that offers like radio frequency tightening, like you might just want to call them, because it's often like locked behind a brand name like Thermage or something like that. That's literally a company that makes a machine that does radio frequency tightening. Right, so another one is that's really popular is Morpheus 8, which is essentially radio frequency tightening combined with microneedling. So like it literally injects the radio frequency down beneath the skin, and that has been giving a lot of people really, really good results. Now, if you can afford to have those treatments, like something like a Thermage or a Morpheus 8 or something like that on your body, particularly in your midsection, and you can do that repeatedly over the course of a year, right? I think that that is something that would really, really help you really see a difference, especially if you're doing it while you were actively losing weight. I've tried this before. I've had really good results. Recently, I've been losing weight and not getting these treatments just to see what it is like just doing other things that will support my skin. And I would definitely say that results are comparable. For me, at least, I'm still at least like relatively young and losing weight. So there's also that component. But I just wanted to put it out there that I have tried these treatments before, and they are definitely very effective. I would just say the most important thing is that you can't just do one and call it a day. You need a course of treatment that's going to last for like the duration of a year. because your skin is intermittently healing throughout the process, and time is really the constraining factor there. So if you are like going to sign up for like a radio frequency treatment, radio frequency skin treatment, whether that is like Morpheus 8 or whatever is offered near you, I would definitely recommend that you go ahead and get a package that is like for a year. And this is only going to be for those of you who really have that money to spend. It's not worth going into debt or going to the red for this. I'm just saying that if you are somebody who has like a little bit more to give, a little bit more to invest, that is something that I think is a really, really good treatment to have, just to make sure that your skin is looking its best at the end of your weight loss journey. All right, ladies, I hope that if you are just, like coming to my channel for the first time, that this was helpful for you, and that if you are currently on a weight loss journey, I wish you the best. I think it is a tremendous thing to do, not just for your beauty, but for your physical appearance, for attraction, any kind of thing like that, but also for your longevity in the long term, just being able to stick around and really experience the fullness of your life as minimally like encumbered by disease as possible. Like it's really about putting your health and longevity first at the end of the day. So if you're on that journey right now, I wish you luck. If you're thinking about getting on that journey, I would say that it's never too late for like a mid-year resolution. Don't wait until January 1st. Just go ahead and get started. It is so worth it. And with that, I will call it, the end with this video. I hope to see you in my next one, and I will, catch you around on YouTube.